HAWKE'S, Tawk, and Squawk. Well, I predicted this a couple of months ago in the last video I did on this topic. But the Jehovah's Witnesses, with yet more organizational changes. The last video we talked about how the men could grow beards. Well, now, along with sporting a beard to the meeting, you're not required to wear a suit jacket or a tie. And as for the sisters, the women get a treat too. They no longer have to wear skirts or dresses. They can now wear dress pants as well. Won't he do it? Their almighty Jehovah. And on top of that, now they're allowed to speak and greet disfellowship ones. Well, they can like say hi and bye or how you doing, as well as inviting them to the meetings or the special talk. As we all know, their beloved memorial is coming up this Sunday. So, you know, I'm sure a lot of fellow XJ Dubs have received those memorial invitations in the mail. I know I've received one a few days back. It was actually about a week ago. I didn't throw it away right away because I wanted to post it up in a group, the XJ Dub group, but it had slipped my mind and I came across it again yesterday. I posted it up before rightfully discarding of that literature. It's like I ain't going to no memorial or no special talk. Now, as far as these new policy changes go, I'm not sure if my J-Dub peeps are going to try to reach out to me or not, because all of my close J-Dub peeps, upon me leaving the organization 16 years ago now, upon my departure, I made it known that I was done and that I wasn't coming back. And even since I left, the couple of times I seen my mom, sister, or any other of my close J-Dub peeps, I reminded them that I was done and would never be returning. So they already have it in their mind like, well, Eric's not coming back, so there's no need to reach out to him. And I'm perfectly okay with that, because I don't want you reaching out to me anyway just because the 7 to 8 old turds, because I know the Tony Morris cat, he was removed or stepped down from the governing body, whatever happened there. But I don't know if somebody replaced them or not. I don't really keep up with that stuff. On that note, I mean, I'll see stuff in the XJ-Dub groups or whatever. So whatever stuff I come across is basically the only thing I know about. So I'm not sure if they replaced Morris or not on the governing body. But anyway, don't reach out to me just because those old turds on the governing body gave y'all permission to now speak to this fellowship was. Either way, I wasn't this fellowship. I wasn't letting them had that kind of power over me. As I stated last year in one of my very first videos, I had my baptism annulled. And if you go back and check out that video, all the details are in there. But I'm assuming that this now applies to not only those that were disfellowship, but also those who might have faded or even went as far as disassociating themselves with the J-Dubs. Like, I'm assuming. It said disfellowship, but I don't know if they would be extending that to those who faded or disassociated or not. So that's why I'm saying I don't think, along with me making my stance clear, I don't think anybody would be reaching out to me, and I honestly hope that they don't, because I don't have time for no bullshit energy, no fake love or none of that shit. Like, I don't have time for it, so don't reach out to me. I've seen fellow XJ Dubs in a group. They're kind of undecided on whether they want their J Dubs peoples to reach out to them or not. I've seen some saying they would like some people to reach out to them. Obviously, there's a lot of those who still want to have some type of contact with their peeps who's still in the organization. Then you have those like me who, they don't want their peoples reaching out to them at all because it's all fake and phony. You know what I mean? He's phony, she's fake. Those are the type of people I hate. Exactly. And then I've seen some people there on the fence. They don't know if they want their peeps to reach out to them or they don't. And I mean, that's understandable as well. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, for instance, my mom and sister reached out to me and then called themselves trying to use my pop to manipulate him, and they're getting me to feel sorry for them and respecting their beliefs, which I don't, because they're good for that, using my pop to try to get at me and drill it in his head that it's not them acting like that they're being obedient to their guide. And my pop being a kind of laid back individual that just wants to see his family get along, it's like he's unfairly caught in the middle of that bullshit. So, I'll keep you all posted on if anybody wants to reach out to me or whatever. Honestly, I don't know how I would even respond and say my sister hit me up. I know I would say some smart shit like, oh, I understand that your masters on the governing body told y'all it's okay to speak to disfellowship ones or ones who walked away. That's why I'm saying I don't know if this rule applies to those who are just disfellowship, or does that go towards, because having your baptism annulled, you would think that will fall under disassociating yourselves. I mean, you would think that it will fall under the guidelines of disassociation. So maybe they won't reach out, which is more than fine with me, but I called this months ago. You know what I mean? What's next? J-Dubs are allowed to smoke. I'm already hearing that marijuana use is good or is allowed for medicinal purposes. I wish I'd have known that when I was in. I would have been smoking weed more out and about. I mean, there's been times I pulled up at the Kingdom Hall High, smoking the blunt. There's been plenty of times. But a lot of that was basically towards the end. Mainly when I was up at the Northeast, and when I returned to West Park for like that last probably year that I was in an organization. But shit. But what's next? You know what I mean? Things that make you wonder. You know, and I'm hearing that a lot of these rule changes are due to not only the decrease in membership, but also it's due to those lawsuits in other countries. I think New Zealand, I heard of Norway. But besides those cases that we know about, it's a lot of other shit going on behind the scenes that forced the J-Dubs to kind of ease up on restrictions or whatever. But it's just like you gotta wonder what's next. You know what I mean? Next you're gonna be able to come to the hall casually dressed. You know what I mean? Elders gonna be allowed to come to the hall wearing jeans and a 3-button polo collar shirt. You're going to be allowed to wear fitted hats in field service. You know what I mean? What's next? The sisters going to be allowed to wear halter tops. And if the men get excited, or women, I mean, it's their preference. If anyone gets excited, all they have to do is pray to Jehovah about it, and they'll be forgiven. I mean, what's next? We've been saying that the organization was collapsing, and it's going to keep collapsing for all the lives and the families they've destroyed over the past century or so. And also, I got to give a shout out to myself as well as all my fellow XJ-Dubs out there, all those truth seekers and speakers. You know what I mean? Because without us shining a light on this cult, a lot of this wouldn't have been happening. You know what I mean? Our speaking out truth seekers and speakers have led to the massive decline in this organization. A massive decline. I've been out now, it'll be 16 years in November. And in the time I've been out, they done made so many different changes. They've eliminated book studies. You know what I mean? Now, counting field service time ain't mandatory. Brothers are allowed to grow beards and no longer have to wear a tie and a suit jacket. The sisters are allowed to wear pants. You can now greet disfellowship ones. You know what I mean? As long as you invite them to the Kingdom Hall or the special talk. Marijuana use is okay as long as it's for medicinal purposes. Like, what else? Like, if I'm missing something, feel free to add it in the comments. But it's just wild. Now, my J-Dub friend, the one I talked to here and there, I had sent her a text message the other day telling her, I'm like, what's going on with your organization? They changing all these rules because membership is down. She responded with some gibberish. It was a long, like a 2-paragraph message, it seemed like. And what's wild is I couldn't understand nothing she was saying. I'm going to come back with another video later on detailing, because I'm going to respond to her message saying something because she always gets triggered when I come at her beloved cult. And for somebody as wise as she is, who doesn't even really deal with witnesses outside of the Kingdom Hall, we used to smoke weed together, go to strip clubs together, but she's still brainwashed and stuck on that cult. But I'm going to do a video later detailing our conversation, because I'm sure whatever I respond with is going to trigger her, and she's just going to respond in her feelings. So that video will be coming, if not later on today, definitely within the next couple of days. But we've been predicting this, not just myself, but other ex-J-Dubs as well. Shit, what's next? You gonna be allowed to give blood? Have blood transfusions? That's coming next, because due to all these lawsuits and the decrease in membership, that organization has lost a lot of money. Probably in the millions. If not in the millions, but damn near close to it, for all that's been going on. I'm hearing there's not that many young people in the J-Dubs no more. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if all my homies, my old J-Dub homies, I'm not sure if they will reach out either, because just like I told my mom, sister, and other close J-Dub fam that I was done. And they feel like they know most J-Dubs that's still in, they're only going to reach out to ones that they think they can manipulate into coming back, or make them feel bad about the life that they chose. You know what I mean? Those that know their peoples are done and not coming back, for the most part, they probably wouldn't even try, because they know it'll be a waste of time. And that they're just, like I said, they know it'll be a waste of time, that they're just fooling themselves. And they know me, so they know when I talk, the shit I be saying be on point. Even though they'll pretend that it's nonsense and act like they don't want to hear it, deep down, you never know. But if any of them reach out to me, I'm going to be like, what type of religion would change their policies besides it being a cult? You know what I mean? This has cult written all over it. You know what I mean? A real religion ain't going to change the policies that made them an effective religion. This fellowshipping was one of the main tools they used to try to have control over individuals. It was one of the main tools. And yeah, they're still not allowed to have full-fledged conversations, but don't be surprised if sooner or later they change that too. But you know what I mean? They're going to do things slowly but surely. They're not going to just let go of that grip like that. They're going to ease into it. You know what I mean? It really all depends on how the organization keeps failing, which it is, man. This is universal laws. This is karma for all the lives and the families they've destroyed. You know what I mean? You've had people that then unalive themselves over being disfellowshipped and being ignored by their loved ones. You know what I mean? It's the tore up family. So it's about time, and I'm enjoying watching, and I'm sure my fellow XJ Dubs agree that it's a joy watching this organization slowly but surely crumble. It's been a joy. But anyway, again, shout out to all the truth seekers and speakers that keep shining light on this cult. For those who've pursued lawsuits and have actually won against this damaging cult. I'd be tempted to reach out to my mom and sister myself and be like, this is the cult that y'all burnt y'all wings for. This is the cult. Y'all done burnt y'all wings for taking the word of 7 to 8 old turds on a governing body who got y'all gas thinking that they're God. You know what I mean? Like, that just goes to show you just how stupid people are. Man, I hate driving this time of day. I hate it. But anyway, be on the lookout for that other video. Like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for more Hawks Talk and Squawk. If there's anything I missed, feel free to add it in the comments. But until next time, Hawk out.